brand Caprio, and occasionally we get inquiries for our metal hose and expansion joints where the product is going to be used in a rather hazardous application, and the customer wants some sort of standard or code or specification to be met for that product. And we have products that are able to meet various codes of recognized international agencies depending on the application for the product. But every once in a while a customer that might be using a hose in let's say to convey a flammable material like natural gas requests certification to a standard because they presume that that certification is required for their application. And that's not always the case. So in these instances, we like to ask the customer to let us know which standard or code they believe that that product needs to comply with, so that we can either provide a product in compliance with that standard or verify whether or not that code even applies to their application. There are times where we find out, for example, a hose supplying natural gas to an ignition system on a furnace, customers presume that it needs to be listed by UL, Underwriters Laboratories, or AGA, one of the associations. And in fact, that application, there is no UL listing that works or applies to that application, and they're asking us to comply with a specification that actually does not exist. An example I like to give is I can sell a toaster that has a UL sticker on the bottom of it, but it obviously cannot be used in an application to transfer natural gas. So that UL sticker on that toaster only applies to that specific item for that specific application, and if anything changes, that UL standard is no longer applicable. The same is true with metal hoses and expansion joints. So if you can get information, we'll verify if we're able to comply with that standard or code, and sometimes we'll find out that there is no applicable standard that applies to that specific application. In that case, we may be able to provide other documentation, certificates of material compatibility, etc., that may be sufficient for that product to be used in that application. If you still need help figuring out what applies and what doesn't, give us a call. We're happy to help. Thanks.